What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the Stock Hustle channel with your boy William. Today is Tuesday, October 5th. Now, as always, guys, any likes, subscriptions, and shares are 100% appreciated. I fully appreciate each and every one of you guys that tune in to watch my videos every single day, as I simply just try to provide some financial education in these wild, wild markets we are currently in. So, as we get into this video, as you see from the chart, this is for Delta Airlines Incorporated. So, a lot of you may be wondering, well, what the hell is he talking about an airline for? Well, I wanted to point out a couple different things that are going on, right? First and foremost, as we take a look at the markets today, we do see that we are getting a nice bounce out of the indices, all indices across the space. Specifically, as yesterday was a bloody red day, today you see that the FANGs, Microsoft, Apple, Google, Facebook, Nvidia, Amazon are all up. Funny enough as it is, Tesla you see is actually trending down at this point today. But for the most part, every indice across the space that you look at is essentially doing extremely, extremely well today. Russell 2000, even for it being mixed bag, still for the most part, it is mainly green. So, what is the reason why the market keeps going up and down, up and down, up and down, right? Specifically, a lot of people attribute it to scares in the market from the budget, this infrastructure bill. You got this Evergrande thing. You have a lot of different things going on in the market. If you look at the Fed repo rates, they're literally influxing cash into the market non-freaking stop. Almost to the point where it feels like we have more than enough money. Like literally every single dip, we always get a bounce like the next day. No matter where you look, QQQ, SPY, it doesn't matter where, right? We'll take a bad day and then we'll bounce back the next day, or at least that's what it seems like. The market really isn't giving you a lot. So in times like this, one of the ways I like to, set up my account or my portfolios, right, is looking for opportunities based on historical trends from previous stocks. In go Delta Airlines. So let's take a look at this chart. I have this on the 1-day chart, as you see, and I have it prefaced essentially for a 3-year gap. So we can go all the way back as far as beginning of 2018, beginning of 2019. As you guys see, at the end of 2019, start of 2020, before we went into COVID, which is this huge dive fall you see here, we were essentially trading in Delta Airlines at $59.92. As you see, we did take this huge plunge when the world got shut down, everybody got locked down, and it fell to these 25.20 area, right? I think the low or the historic low was essentially somewhere around $19. Now, at this point, take a look at a couple different things. As you see from the chart, you see this massive volume spike down here where everybody literally knew this was a buying opportunity. And these are the type of opportunities where you get to make significant amounts of money for yourself and for your family. Why? Because it's fear. The market is showing you fear. It's showing you its weak hand. It's showing you some of these people are paper hands and they fear so much. Instead of taking a loss or just holding through these pitfalls, they just sell out, right? At highs. And you see some people who are smart enough buying in at the low. Again, as I've told you guys from previous videos, the whole strategy at the stock market is you buy low, you sell high. Well, anyone who bought down here, essentially you've returned 2x on your money essentially from there. Going from the low 20s to the mid 40s, you doubled up your money. However, there's still some meat on this bone, as they say. If we zoom in here, and then we can pan out a little bit, get my pan tool, take it auto, go into manual, and we try to engulf, well, let's do it this way. Get out of this, go into this, go back into zoom. There we go. And we go from this red candle here and essentially draw a line from here where we are today, and we go back to pre-COVID spaces. You see that there is essentially a 34% opportunity to still grow your money, right? With 34%, that seems pretty good to me. I mean, if you're looking at an option play, if you're looking at long term, 30% is 30% return on your money. I don't think anyone would turn down that kind of return in any way, shape, or form. Specifically, when we go and look at unusual whales and try to look specifically at the flow. Now, please take note, I have preset this for $50,000 premium or more, essentially wanting to see what the bigger players are doing. You see right away, they are playing call options essentially for middle or the monthly for October, the beginning of the next year, January, or excuse me, 2023, so a leap, and 2022, the start of the year. Now, when you go and look at this breakdown, because there was an alert on unusual whales yesterday, which I can actually show you if you guys want. Let's open a new window. Well, let's do it this way. And we go today's breakdown. Where is that alert? Actually, we'll just do it this way. Alerts, options. I'm trying to teach you guys how to use this better. DAL, search. We see we have had some couple of alerts pop up recently, starting with October. What is this? Middle of September, end of September, the 27th of September, and the 28th being the most recent. As you see, these calls for $50, $48, $45, $44, $41, $40, telling you money is going into these plays, or this play specifically, in relation to opportunity. When you go and look at the breakdown specifically of unusual whales, right away, the first thing you should notice is most of these pies are essentially more bullish than bearish. When you go down and look at the breakdowns, let's take a look at the expirations. This is for the Friday, October 8th. You have October 15th, and you have December 2021. Looking down at the strikes, what do we see? All bullish over bearish, right? Specifically, you have the 30, the more popular being the 40, as we just saw in the alert, and the 45 and the 50. Well, when looking at the chart, take a look at what's coming up, right? Let's pay attention to what's coming up down the pipe. You have the holiday season coming up. So people are going to be traveling for Thanksgiving. People are going to be traveling for Christmas. People are going to be traveling for New Year's, right? With travel comes more expense. With more expense comes opportunity. With opportunity, it gives you potential to earn some serious money. When I was looking at these options specifically, I had initially targeted maybe the October or maybe the November, but now looking at it specifically at the prices, as you see down here, there are more calls than puts, by the way. I was actually eyeing these January expiration dates. Specifically, as I've told you from previous video, guys, I like to shoot for 0.50 delta or better. I was looking specifically here at this $45 strike, which if you remember from unusual whales, the 45 is this one right here, sitting with $16.5 million on it compared to 13.7 on the put side. Because again, at 350 to 360, again, it's not that big of a spread, telling you there's a lot of attention. But then take a look at this. Open interest, 28,000 open interest. You have this 50 down here with 25,000 open interest, which are big numbers, meaning that there is somebody looking at this in one way, shape, or form. When you're comparing it to the put side, the closest we might even come is this $40 strike. With that being said, I would rather play this. If I'm going to look at playing this, I would rather go with a better opportunity on the delta side. Earning $54 for every dollar that delta does go up from 44, to me, is a pretty good trade-off. Or even this 58.58 at the 44 strike. And again, these prices for these specific strikes aren't that bad for a long-term play. Again, you are going to be holding this essentially until January. But as always, guys, when buying options, remember, you are not required to hold them through the expiration. If this shoots up but right before the Thanksgiving holiday and you earned yourself a nice chunk of change and you're satisfied with it, you can always easily sell it and reinvest in something else. With options, you don't always have to hit home runs and grand slams. You can take a single or a double or even a triple and be more than well off in the long run. Again, it's about getting consistent wins, not gigantic ones. But again, guys, I think you guys get the point. I wanted to bring this play to your attention because I did see these alerts pop up recently for Delta, and it did spark my interest in maybe looking at these plays. If I do end up going with them, I will be sure to post it on Twitter or IG so that you guys can see which one I end up going with. But as always, if you have questions, leave them down in the comments below. You can always hit me up on Twitter or IG. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, as it is very much appreciated. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.